last class, we put together our story idea and you drew it on your storyboard. So I'm going to ask you to take this out because we're going to be looking at it while we are working on creating our own book. So take this out, remind yourself of your story, your first, your next, your last. We'll put it up a little bit. All right. Next, in your folder, you are going to find this folded piece of paper. Now this is going to become your little book, okay? So it's folded in an accordion fold. So what I want you to do, okay, put it so there's 2 folds on the left-hand side and 1 fold on the right-hand side, okay? And then you're going to pull that top cover and you're going to flatten it out for right now, okay? So this flap here is going to be your cover, so you're going to leave that alone, okay? And now I'm going to have you mark this just to remind yourself, okay? With a 1 on this first folded panel, so everything to the left of this first fold, this is going to be the first thing that happens. Okay, so this next section between the first fold and the second fold, that is 2. That's what's happening next. Okay, just really small. You don't have to circle it. Just remind yourself that this is what goes on next from your storyboard. All right. And 3, that's the last thing that happens. Okay, and then every book is gonna have a page that's the end, and you can do whatever drawing you want here. Okay, but we're not going to worry about that right now. But what you're going to do, you're going to go back to that first panel and you're going to redraw what was in your number 1 on your storyboard, your first box, okay? Redraw it, add more details this time. How can you make it look even better? So you're gonna redraw it in pencil and then you're gonna color it in, but don't go past this first fold, all right? Pencil drawing. There's still a few more things to add, like eyebrows and stuff, and some more details on the clothing. Also, we're gonna color this, okay? Make sure you're making it look nice and neat. Okay, but there's my first picture. So again, your first picture should not look like this. You should have your own story that you are telling. Okay? But now I am gonna move on to what happens next. So I'm gonna take number 2 from my storyboard and I'm gonna put it in this second section here between the first fold and the second fold. Okay, so let's draw that real quick. look kind of off frame, but you get the idea. I have taken this, I am watering my flower pot here. Okay. Now, finally, I'm going to take the last panel and put it in the section between the second fold and the third fold. Okay, so that's going to be our last picture, and I'm going to redraw in more detail my third picture over here. Finally, after some corrections here, I have drawn my last over here on this third section. Finally, you have this last panel, okay? And you can write the end on this, but let's dress it up. I'm gonna take something from the story and I'm gonna put it on this page. So it depends on your story what you put on this page. So since mine's about growing flowers, I am going to put some flowers on this page. Just as a little decoration, make it more interesting. But I'm gonna make sure and not go in to my third panel. So if it goes off the page, then that is okay. I don't get the full flower in there. Okay, I just did it quick. When I go back to color these, I'm gonna make them look a little bit nicer. Like this petal is way out of control. Okay, so there it is, my story in 3 parts. Your story should not look like mine. You should do a story that happens to you, or tell something about yourself. So I plant the seeds, I water the seeds, and then my flower grows. The end. once you have drawn all the parts, then you can start to color it very nice and neatly. Okay. And then we can talk about the cover. Okay. Cover to your book, you're gonna have to come up with a name. And you can write the name for your story on the cover of your book. Okay, it could be, you know, something about the story. It could be one of the things you use. So like mine is about growing seeds. So I am going to title my book Seeds. So I'm gonna write that on the cover for right now. And you know what? I think I'm gonna make my cover look like a seed packet. All right, so I have decided that since my book is about growing some seeds, I am going to make this look a little bit like a flower packet of seeds on the cover. Okay, you don't have to get this fancy, but make sure that you credit yourself for your story. So put by and your name. Okay. So I'm going to continue because So this is just an example of what you can do with your cover. Okay, add a picture, add a title. Okay, add your name. Okay, and then once you've done that, it is time to start coloring. Making your book nice and colorful.